Phoenix Suns have signed Chris Paul, but they gave him way too much money for way too long. Specifically the length. They signed him to a 4-year deal worth $120 million. Now, this is not a knock on Chris Paul right now. Chris Paul right now deserves $30 million next year. But here's my problem. Does Chris Paul in 4 years, at age 40, deserve $30 million per year? This is someone we're talking about who's had a lot of injury concerns in his career. Now, sure, he has been relatively healthy the last couple of seasons, but he is a 36-year-old point guard. They have signed him until he is 40. That's a concern to me. That is a big concern. Most of the rumored salaries and contracts for Chris Paul were 3 years in and around $90 million. And that was enough money, that was enough term. But for him to now be signing at 4 years, $120 million, sure, I like it for the first couple of years. I think Phoenix needed to go out. They needed to keep him. This is their best window to win before Devin Booker, before DeAndre Ayton, before Mikal Bridges all get on big deals. And so bringing in Chris Paul, trying to run it back and try and get this group another shot at the title is a great move. But this is way too long, and they're really, really going to hurt on this back end of this deal. Now, they're happy with it right now, and I'm sure that's why I did it, and I'm sure the Phoenix Suns front office are very well aware that this is going to hurt them in the last year or two of this contract. But it's a signing they had to make to stay competitive for the next couple of years. I just wouldn't have made it personally, or I would have definitely tried to get it to 3 years, which I think he probably could have. I don't think anyone else would have given him 4 years, but that's just me. Of course, I don't know. Maybe this was what the Suns had to do to keep him. But on a side note, while we are talking about the Phoenix Suns, they have also signed Cameron Payne and brought him back on a new deal to be their backup point guard for the next 3 years at a bit over $6 million a year. And that is an absolutely brilliant signing, because I think it is still a bit unclear what we'll truly get on a consistent basis from Cameron Payne, because Cameron Payne had some really good moments in the playoffs, but towards the back end of the playoffs, he just kind of disappeared a little bit. No one's talking about it as much. He didn't play as much. No, he wasn't terrible, but he definitely wasn't the Cameron Payne we saw earlier in the playoffs. So the fact that you were able to get him for only $6 million a year obviously means he wanted to come back to Phoenix, and I think that is absolutely brilliant. You've gotten yourselves in a scenario where you have a very good backup point guard for way less than you would have to pay a lot of other backup point guards. For example, TJ McConnell's deal today is a bit over $9 million. Now, he is a bit more proven, but still, this is a very good deal on someone that's still continuing to improve and can be very valuable in behind Chris Paul and give Chris Paul some rest in the regular season when needed, as he certainly will, on part of this 4-year deal as he continues to age. So a busy day so far from the Phoenix Suns, bringing back both of their point guards in Cameron Payne and Chris Paul. The deals are, again, Cameron Payne 3 years, $19 million, and Chris Paul 4 years, $120 million. They have their point guards locked up for the next 3 years. This is way too much money at the length that they've given Chris Paul. I think 4 years is way too much, but nonetheless, it makes the Suns one of the most competitive teams in the league again next season, and will put them right at the top of the pack to contend for a title again. That is my thoughts on the Phoenix Suns re-signings of Chris Paul and Cameron Payne so far. If you guys did enjoy, feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And subscribe if you are looking for more free agency updates like this and my thoughts on all the free agency moves that happened tonight, as I'll be releasing videos on every single free agency signing or trade that does happen tonight, as well as through the next couple of days and weeks. So to be sure to subscribe if that's something you're interested in. And I hope to see you guys in the next one.